This is episode 3 of interviewing professional surfers, but we also got a professional waterman here, Zane Schweitzer. We're just going to be talking about his life, talking about what he does in and out of the water to stay fit, and just things around his injuries he's currently dealing with right now, and just what's inspired him to be the man he is today, and just what his future plans are and what his future goals are. So thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, right on, Chase. Pleasure.
Yeah, you can hear
Pleasure to be on here.
Yeah. Who are like 3 of the most inspirational either surfers or watermen that inspired you to do what you do now?
You know, there's my whole community growing up on Maui is filled with inspirational influences for me. Mm-hmm. And I would give credit to the surrounding environment in West Maui and Maui and Hawaii, because I was always surrounded by amazing watermen and waterwomen. But I would say to start with probably my dad. Mm-hmm. You know, my dad, Matt Schweitzer, he's an amazing waterman, amazing pioneer of windsurfing and tow-in surfing out at Pe'ahi, Jaws. Yeah. And coming in and out of the house, I would always see guys like Laird Hamilton and Robbie Nash and Rush Randall and Dave Kalama. And, you know, it's so I got to see them in action and be inspired by them. And early days, I would say, you know, Dave Kalama, Laird Hamilton, and my dad, Archie Kalepa, you know, guys like that were definitely watermen that I looked up to and still to this day find the most inspiration from, for sure.
That's sweet.
You know, there's so many different genres of people in the ocean that I respect, though, and find inspiration from. And I think that's the daily exciting part of being a waterman, right? Adapting and finding inspiration from each day on the water and how you can make the most of it.
Learning new things, all that, of the various things you do, windsurfing, towing, surfing, subsurfing, foiling, where do you derive the most joy? And like, what is something that you've chosen to pour yourself into, or what do you find just fills that gap you have?
I would say if I had perfect conditions for everything, all the things I enjoy doing, I would probably have to say getting barreled, you know. Doesn't matter what craft, you know. Probably I love paddling into big waves on a bigger board, you know, getting barreled at places like Pipeline and some other secret spots we have on Maui. Big barrels, that's my favorite thing for sure. But I mean, there's so much joy that you could find on any given day. And you know, on the ocean, when you have a little bit of confidence in safety and as well in the different sports, whether it's wind or surf sport, because on any given day could find so much joy. You know, I've personally been finding so much joy in downwind foiling because there's no thought of limited resource. You're not scrapping for waves and paddle battling or feeling like it's too crowded or it's kind of junk conditions. You know, on any given day, where I grow up on West Maui in Kahana, right in front of the Pailolo Channel, the trade winds create an amazing downwind. Just, you know, you could go for miles riding chest to head high swell.
So sick. And
so I would say that's probably been bringing my heart the most joy lately, because we haven't had the most exciting winter. You know, we're now coming into our summer already, and there's been no shortage of wind and downwind action.
Definitely. That's all amazing. And what is one life goal that you're striving towards, just outside of your professional career, and then what's one goal inside of your professional career that you strive towards? So I would say in my professional career, I definitely continue what I would like to do, to strive for, is to get on the Big Wave Challenge, or at least an invitee at my home break at Pe'ahi. You know, I think that's one of my still competitive dreams that I have for sure.
Aside from that, continue following the APP Sup Surf World Tour when possible, especially when they're going to amazing locations like, at Sunset Beach, or, the Backdoor Shootout is always an event I love to participate in. But currently, I think as in my professional career, I really am looking forward to just continue to find ways I could expand my knowledge around the ocean. I don't feel like I need to be competing so much. I've had a lot of competitive experience and success since a young teenager, competing on the world tour for windsurf and stand-up paddle, and in the pioneer days for hydrofoil and stand-up paddle and wingfoil, and having that experience traveling, I really look forward to now my goal outside of my professional career as well. Especially now as a new dad. I have a 14-month-old, as you've been playing with all day with the family. And, makes me want to spend more time home for sure, and not traveling as much. And we have a foundation, the Kahakukahi Foundation, and we're launching an ocean academy in my hometown on West Maui. And it's super exciting because I've always dreamed of having something that I could leave behind for our community, to give kids a similar opportunity that I had, being surrounded by amazing athletes and mentors and different crafts that you could utilize on any given day. And really, I owe so much of that influence to my success today. And with this Ocean Academy we're launching, it's essential now more than ever, post-fire, and 1 year ago tomorrow now, it's August 7th today, 2024, and last year on the 8th of August, my whole hometown burned to the ground, and it's been tough for the children as well. And so that's something that I really have been passionate about, taking time off competing even before this injury to launch our Ocean Academy and build out Kahakukahi Foundation. And we've hosted dozens of events, I think about 40 or 60 events since the fires. So we're hosting a lot more than we would normally, and a lot of junior lifeguard style events, and also just really fun rotations of different sports, stand-up paddle, surf, Hobie Cat, Hawaiian canoe paddling and sailing. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to continue to launch. And we've had some amazing partnerships with the county to allow us to have an amazing location, right at Fleming's at Honokahua Bay, where this could be replacing the community centers and the other kids programs that have been lost, and give a safe place for the kids to play and learn. And if it wasn't for that, for me, I'd be a troublemaker more than I am today. And long-winded answer to the question, but
so that fits into your current kind of life goal right now, rebuilding the community and the kids, and just getting them out there on the water and sharing your passion with people around you, your community, your people. That's awesome. I guess moving into it, how have any of your goals changed, at least with your athletic goals and your professional goals? How have they changed now that you've experienced this injury? Or just where have you kind of redirected where you want to go, or redirected your priorities within this world? And just, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, but before I answer that question directly, I guess I want to say that so much of my successes and the things that I see as success, or those stepping stones in life that we work towards, right? Whether it's during training or during competition or whatever. So much of that I've in many ways been able to manifest, and I'm grateful for that. And after this injury, a lot of priorities became real clear on what's the most important. And there was a time there where I didn't think I was going to survive, that I thought I was going to bleed out. For those that don't know what happened, I got ran over by a boat about a month ago. That was a month ago yesterday. And this a 16-foot Zodiac of mine that a friend, a student driver, was driving. And anyway, we had a paddleboarding accident where I was with a friend stand-up paddling, and the captain who was on the boat brought his daughter along, and there was a big pot of dolphins, and they were out ahead about 100 yards moving in the opposite direction, and I was in the back. And I got off my paddleboard and I'm bracing it with my arm, and all of a sudden these dolphins are passing. It's beautiful. I'm holding my breath for maybe 45 seconds to a minute underwater, and in that time from when I assessed the boat moving in the opposite direction about 100 yards away, they must have seen the dolphins, and the driver got excited to show his daughter the dolphins, and they turned, accelerating, looking off to the side and not in front of them.
Yeah.
And regardless of my board being a 14-foot fluorescent colored paddleboard, way larger than a legal dive float, they didn't see it in the chop of the water.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I had to fortunately have my head up just in time for it to lift my hands and brace for impact, and it hit me across my face. I pushed off the bottom, and then the engine hit me in my lower back, cutting me right along my spine 7 times. And I fractured 4 vertebrae and had a concussion. And for a moment there, I thought I was gonna bleed out, but made it back to my board, and fast track to the experience, through the hospital and everything. I just feel so fortunate to be alive, and to be able to walk. And most people don't have a chance after a boating accident to walk away from that. And, I get to be able to do what I love again.
Yeah.
And that's being in the ocean and sharing it with my son, and, as well with the kids in our community, because that really does bring so much joy to me.
Yeah.
And so I think that's been just something that's brought new purpose after the accident, is that appreciation for the simple things, and as well the appreciation for the things around you that are most important, and that's the people that are always going to be there for you, your family, your closest friends. And it's important for me to be able to take this time to heal and spend time with them.
Yeah.
And the universe works in really crazy ways. I've been working really hard the last year, and spending more time away from my son and my family than I would like to. With the stress of the fires and everything going on, and trying to build out the Ocean Academy. And now I'm really forced to be spending time with the family, sitting back, planning for the future. And sometimes that's important, to just take some time and step back, visualize what trajectory you want to have in life. And in a weird way, I think that I'm still on a very similar trajectory than where I would have liked before. My short term, I missed the whole season I've been training for. I'm not going to be able to compete for this, the last month, and as well until probably through winter, which really sucks, because I love to, I'm a big wave surfer more than anything lately, enjoying my time surfing Pe'ahi during the winter and around Hawaii during winter season as well. And so I'm gonna take my time really building my foundation up from the ground. Spending time here in California with experts like Sean Tierney, Saundra Groins, Laird Hamilton. I've been able to have access to some really cool advanced medical treatments to cut my recovery time, to bring confidence to me back mentally as well, just to have a full recovery. I mean, already after 1 month, they got me doing light workouts in the pool and You know, Laird's so knowledgeable when it comes to recovery stuff, and combining the advice from the doctors and having them oversee. I'm able to do some ice bath and sauna and other light stuff on the pool to be able to really make sure I'm gonna have full mobility after all this happens.
Definitely.
But yeah, man, it's been exciting, no doubt.
Yeah, definitely. And like, how would you, I mean, I know this is like one near-death experience you've had. How would you describe it as one of the worst things that's happened to you? Or would you describe it as kind of eye-opening? Or just in what way does this situation differ from any situations you've had in the water, or just any close calls you've had? Just how did this change I know it changed your perspective on a lot of things, and it was very traumatic. So in the midst of everything, how does it compare to other injuries you may have experienced, or just other close situations you've had in big waves and whatnot?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I've definitely had some scary times in the water, but it's all times that I've intentionally put myself in a situation that I'm trained for. You know, big wave surfing, windsurfing, foiling open ocean. A lot of these things that we're doing is dangerous, you know, but we're intentionally putting ourselves in a situation, often with a boat plan and a safety plan. And what was different in this situation was anticipating another craft, and as well another human, especially when there's someone who's not an expert captain on the water, which oftentimes it's like that. Most people on the water are dummies. Let's just face facts. Not everyone's fortunate enough to have experts on the boats around them at all times. And so it's a reminder, I think, to me, and a lesson that I will hope to share for everyone, to be extra aware and mindful of their surroundings, especially when there's crafts around. It's a lot more dangerous to anticipate another human than it is to, in many ways, put yourself in strong ocean conditions. You know, there's safety precautions we want to take for both, and you can't let your guard down. You know, and that's just and the more time you spend in the ocean, you're eventually gonna encounter some accidents and some crazy things. I wouldn't call this the worst thing that's ever happened to me. You know, in some ways that's weird. I could call it, maybe it's a gift, you know, because in any fraction of a change of how it could have gone, I could have been paraplegic, I could have been dead, you know. And so just to be here and to be walking and to hold my son and to still be able to feel confident that I will be able to continue doing what I love on the water, it gives me a sense of gratitude that is enhanced more than ever. You know, I've always been a pretty optimistic, grateful person, and one to want to uplift the people around me. So during this accident, so much people reached out, and a lot of people were stressed and concerned because right away, you know, bad news spread quick. People thought I was dead after a boating accident. Most people don't walk away. You know, and so it was a blessing in many ways to feel people value your relationship with them. And most people don't get to experience that until, you know, because at the end of the day, that overwhelming love comes at a funeral. You know, and most people aren't there for that. You know, and so I think it's a reminder for all of us to live every day to the fullest, not selfishly, in a way that we could always value the people around us and our surrounding environment, our community. And that's a gift. You know, when we could learn to see that every day is so amazing. You know, no matter what you're training for or what is stressing you out at work or school. You know, it's all small things at the end of the day. You know, the worst thing that's ever happened to me, I would say it was the fires. You know, it was having everything I know and love be put to a hold and everyone affected. Of course, an accident to myself, even if it was gone a wrong way, it's something that eventually you'd work with. People would get over. But me seeing my hometown, all the places that I wanted to raise my son and share similar experiences with, they'll never have that.
Yeah.
You know, to see my friends lose family members and to lose their homes, and my wife to lose her home. Yeah. And that was probably one of the worst things that's ever happened to me, for sure.
Yeah.
And
that was almost a part of you that got lost. That got lost in the fire. And
sometimes we do need to have bad things to happen to see like the true value of what it is. And even after the fires, it was terrible, but it also brought our community together in a way that really showed how important it is to love thy neighbor. You know, it's such a basic thing that we all grew up hearing in school or, you know, in church or whatever. But when the basic necessities of life are the only thing that's important, you better hope you know the people around you. Yeah. You know, the people in your neighborhood, not just your closest friends on speed dial and Facebook and Instagram or your surf community, but the people that physically are living right next to you in your neighborhood. Yeah. You know, and anyway, so there's blessings and there's curses in this, and I just feel truly blessed. Yeah. You know, and I'm so grateful to have a shot at getting back to 110%, and I'm going to fight every day till I get back to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's I don't even know where to go from there, but that's amazing hearing that from you, and just like inspiring to say the least. Honestly, I feel like that's inspiring to the kids in your community, to the people around you, to your family. And I mean, it has been to my family, to me and my brother, for sure. So just like hearing that directly from you, it's definitely like big inspiration, bro. So just wanted to put that there. I have yet to experience kind of those things that, I don't know, I feel like I haven't like suffered in that kind of sense. So it's really taken away from my appreciation for the little things and my appreciation for the things around me. Yeah, and like you said, it's a blessing and a curse, because you have to go through that suffering to realize what's right in front of you, what to be appreciative of. So, I mean, what would be some advice or something you would give to someone like me, or like the kids kind of in that younger generation who have yet to face those challenges, and who are just going through, maybe even in the professional surfing world and the professional water world? Like what's some advice you can give them to excel and push through those challenges, and just excel and push through this industry?
Well, there's a lot to unpackage in that question. I'm going to try and keep it short, but you know, I think one of the things to remember is that we all have to work our ass off to change. And everyone wants to change in a direction with a goal in mind, a dream in mind, right? And if we could embrace the power of choice every day to take a step forward towards that, while also uplifting others along the way, while keeping others in mind, by being compassionate. Because no matter how good we do in life, at the end, we're gonna wanna hopefully know that we uplifted those around us. At least the people that we know and love, and the you know, and contributed to a positive ripple effect in our life, right? And we could embrace that power of choice with small little things every day. It doesn't have to be big things, you know, but it could also be for our goals and our dreams, right? And with that, too, remember to always put yourself in the shoes of those less fortunate, because not everyone does get to suffer. And we oftentimes feel motivated from hearing stories or reading books of true suffrage or challenges or people who have went through hardship. and we feel motivated after, and wow, that's, I'm going to take away these lessons, but we never truly experienced something. And so my dad would always tell me, as when I first started traveling, to treat everybody like they're the president of the country, no matter if they're someone who seems homeless on the corner of the street, or whether they're the most professional athlete you look up to, and I think that's really made a profound impact on my ability to be open to compassion and empathy. And that's super important because every day people are struggling around us. And when we start to see and put ourselves in the shoes of what true struggle can be like, to put food on the table or to support people that are depending on you truly, that makes us and our problems feel a little lighter, right? And gives us an opportunity to put aside the things that we might feel are weighing us down and turn it to a positive in our head, because that's what we perceive around us is what's going on up here. It's not the good food we smell and the awesome things we see and what we hear affect what we think. No, it's how we think and how we feel affects everything we see and hear around us.
100%.
And that's I think that's something, small little things we could be able to think about in our day-to-day to shape the person that we're going to be proud of, down the line. Yeah. And you're someone I'm really proud of, like we're pretty much cousins, and, I'm about 10 years older than you, and got to see you and your brother do awesome stuff with the Lifeguard Academy and, surfing. And, so you guys got an awesome journey ahead, and there's no doubt you're 3 feet taller than me, so you're standing on the shoulders of some giants, and maybe one day I'll stand on your shoulders too.
That's funny. Oh man, yeah, I know. I feel so fortunate to have these times with you, or just it's short little blips, I guess, in our life, but watching you from afar, and just seeing your family grow, and you and your brother doing what you guys do. It's it is truly inspiring to me, because it's a similar situation, 2 brothers and a sister. So I'm sure we mimic a lot of the things you guys do, and but your life path has truly been inspiring to us. When you took us out that one day at right in front of Lahaina Harbor, and you took us diving, I don't know, we just thought that was so cool, and we just took so much away from that. Wow, look at, I don't know, just look at what Zane's doing. He's pushing himself. He's really going even though it was a little dive for you, it was pushing us to go dive. I don't even think I went down that far that day, but just seeing what you could do in the water, and just seeing what you've done with your life, with Kim, and having a kid, and also pushing your professional career and recovering from this injury. I think it's just it is truly inspiring to guys like us, and we're truly standing on the shoulders of those ahead of us. So thank you for that, and I just want to admire you for your willingness and your boldness to push through those hard times with all of Lahaina and your community, and with Maddie, and just rebuilding the people around you. You guys doing the food drives and having the housing and all that for them. So I just wanted to admire you for that, because that's something I truly haven't been tested in my life to support the people around me. So seeing that from you guys, that's awesome. That's really awesome. I'm sure I've heard you've been kind of getting into the Word lately and stuff, and reading your Bible, and I just want to just hear your thoughts on what your experiences have been with God, and just reading the Bible and going through His Word, and just hearing about your faith and your walk.
Well, it's interesting you ask. There's definitely feel closer with God after everything happening in the last year in Lahaina, and as well after the accident. I definitely feel graced by God, and to be alive still after an accident like that, and to have another chance, at life. And I think that alone makes me feel that miracles happen every day, right? And heroic things and are small actions that we can do that I think are something that, for me, I've always tried to have a really open mind, with spirituality and with my relationship with God. And I feel now more than ever, prayer is real. With so much people having me in mind, sending prayer, and not even necessarily having knowing that it's coming, I definitely felt truly surrounded by guardian angels, by faith. I had a twin brother when I was younger. I'm sure you knew, or maybe you didn't. And so growing up, I always had this relationship with my brother, and it's an odd thing to know that there's definitely, for me at least, it reaffirms my faith in God, and as well in prayer, and as well just what we put out there is so powerful. It really is. And I think that when we have a chance to accept and let go and be truly grateful for the gift of life around us, amazing things happen. And so I just feel really thankful and grateful for all the prayer that all my friends and loved ones been sharing, and for God and for my guardian angels that looked over me. And
that's super powerful, definitely. And it's just, it is a miracle. It is a miracle. And just like seeing you here kind of professing that, and just seeing the energy you give off, and just the way you walk in your spirit, it's like you can truly see just that light, the light of the Lord, for sure. And I just think we should end it off, but I usually end it off just by praying for someone. So can I pray for you and just over your path and everything? All right.
Sure.
Dear Lord, I just want to lift up Zane, God. I just want to lift up his journey, Lord, his path, Lord, his path he walks with you, God. I just want to lift up, God, his person, Lord, his character, the people who he is to the people around him, Lord. So, God, I just want to lift up this light in the world, and pray, God, that you just you move through him, Lord. You move through his everyday, Lord. You move through his everyday with his wife, Lord, with his son, Lord, with his family, God, and just with his family on Maui, God, his whole community of Lahaina, Lord. And I just pray, God, that you truly move through this injury, God, and I just pray you truly move through, Lord, his being. And I pray, God, that he can just fully express the man that he wants to be, and the man that he wants everyone else to mimic, God. And I thank you for putting Zane in our lives, and I thank you for Lord, the challenges you've given him, and also the victories you've given him, God. I feel like he's learned so much from those, Lord. So Lord, I pray over Zane. I pray, Lord, you're on his right. He's on your right hand, God, and that you hold him through his whole path, Lord, and you guide him and you counsel him, Lord. I pray wisdom over his decisions, Lord, and I pray, just guidance over his mind, guidance over his body, and guidance over his spirit, Lord. Thank you for Zane. Thank you for all that he puts out into the world, Lord. And I just pray, Lord, you push those blessings back onto him, Lord, in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen, dude. All right.
Yeah. Love you, brother.
Love you too.
Yeah, I'm apologies.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah,
man.
All right.
Awesome.
Zane Schweitzer.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks for listening.
Yeah.